a few disruptions today. So did you manage to find a rhythm out there?
Yeah, there was a lot of disruptions out there, both in FP1 and FP2, and yeah, FP1 was quite disrupted, so it was a bit tricky to get a rhythm, especially at this track. But FP2 as well, but I think just because the fact it was the tire test, I mean, let's say it's a bit less representative and a bit less important for the work we need to do tonight, looking ahead to tomorrow for FP3 and quali. So yeah, I mean, I think considering the disruptions for the same for everyone, I think it kind of went as smooth as it could have gone. I think we got some good information and some good direction of what we need to do tomorrow. So yeah, just focus is going to be on maximizing that.
And how physical is this track? How different is it in this new generation of car?
To be honest, I mean, so far I actually found it easier than last year, which is a bit, yeah. That's kind of like probably the first time I felt that this year, which is a bit strange. I mean, the track itself is quite smooth. There's not really a lot of bumps on it. I mean, obviously there's a lot of curves you could take which add to the bumpiness of it. But it's surprisingly, but a positive surprise, I'm finding a better time through it than I did last year. I mean, naturally, okay, this is the same for everyone. Obviously the altitude, makes it a little bit more difficult to get those, deep breaths in when you can. But I mean, every driver here is fit and able to train in a little bit of altitude, so I don't think that's going to be the biggest issue. But I think clearly what we've seen today is it's affecting a lot of the cars. There's been a lot of reliability issues, it seems like. So there's a lot of things that I guess, like I said, coming into the weekend on pure pace, it's definitely not a track that's great for us. It's probably going to be one of the ones on the worser, and I know it's not a word, but it's going to be worse for us.
What's wrong with it?
It's going to be worse for us. But there's opportunity to take advantage of these other reliability aspects that are tricky and seemingly plaguing a lot of cars this weekend. So that's as well going to be just as important to focus.
There was a little bit of a shopping list that you were running through on the radio of things that weren't to your liking. Did you manage to sort of sort it out?
Well, the problem is we did one set. I'd say today we've done maybe one lap, which is useful. I mean, there are other things in terms of cooling that we've managed to checklist, but in terms of actually balance and performance, yeah, we've done one lap. So it's a little bit of a tricky one. There's so many red flags during this session. Obviously, I didn't do FP1, but then also we had an issue starting FP2, so we missed out on the normal tyre running. So yeah, I mean, it's a fresh start tomorrow, and we'll see how it goes.
Well, that's a positive way of looking at it.
Yeah.
What is going to be on the run plan for FP3 then? How much do you need to do? What are you going to look at?
Mainly learning tyres. So tyres are going to be really important here. It's not an easy track to generate the tyre temperature, and tyres are everything. We find as a team, that's where we can, I think, outperform other teams is getting on top of that. So hopefully, FP3 will chuck some tyres at it and see how it goes.
Hi Valtteri, so we're back on track in Mexico. I saw you had a great time making guacamole earlier in the weekend, but how does the car feel out there on track?
Yeah, good to be back in Mexico on track, and actually the car was feeling pretty good today. I was expecting coming to this weekend that it could be a decent track for us, and it seems like so far everything is running smooth. I'm pretty pleased how the car is handling, so overall good day, and obviously practice 2 was all about learning about the new tyres.
And what was some of your feedback about the new tyres?
For me, it feels very, very similar to the current tyres. Obviously, there's a difference with the tyre pressures. They're a bit lower, which you feel, but apart from that, for me, it's same.
How was the car handling today out on this very tricky track?
It was tricky, I think, for everybody. Always when we come here to Mexico, we have this feeling of driving like in wet conditions because the altitude, we have a lot less downforce, but it was a good day. We tested all the things that we wanted in FP1, also the tire test in FP2, so ready for tomorrow.
And what do you feel about the tyres? Does 2023 look good?
Yeah, they were good, much better than in Austin. That we struggling a little bit with warm-up in Austin, and here they were much better, so yeah, I think there is more tests to come later in the season or next year, but so far so good.